Hi guys. So first off, I apologize. I'm a little under the weather. My voice. Probably I'm doing that a lot too. I'm really sorry, but I wanted to get this video made and done because I tend to take forever to make them afterwards. But as you can see from the title, this is my thoughts, review, whatever you want to call it, recap of the Vampire Diaries season 3 premiere. Now, first off, before I even, start talking about that, I really was hoping this would be a really good episode because, season 2 premiere was so good. Like, season 2 premiere, if you've watched my recap of that, then you'll know I loved the season 2 premiere. And you'll also know, if you watch my season 2 finale review recap, how much I hated the season 2 finale. Like, because I'm pretty sure I said that how season 1 was so much better than season 2. Well, so I was hoping that, the writers and everything would redeem themselves with the season 3 premiere. I can honestly say they didn't do it. They failed again. The season 2 premiere was so much better than the season 3 premiere right now. It's just how I feel. It was not good. Like, at the end of season 2, the only thing that was keeping me interested to come back for this season was to find out why the hell Jeremy is seeing Anna and Vicky and Ripper Stefan. That's it. And Bonnie. Those were my only things that I was looking forward to. And kind of Caroline and Tyler. That was about it. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about, every specific thing. I made a post on my Tumblr about the main things that caught my attention. Like, that was the one thing that bugged me about the premiere. Like, before, usually the episodes were, holy crap, it kept you, it kept your attention the whole episode. Where with the season 2 finale, even with the premiere, it was like boring, boring, boring. Holy crap, boring, boring, boring. Holy crap, boring, boring, boring. That's how tonight's episode was, and I'm so disappointed. I don't know what happened. Like, the I want to say, like, the second half of season 1 and the beginning half of season 2, those were awesome episodes. That was when the writing was really good. And then something happened. Like, the second half of season 2 just sucked so bad. Like, the only two good episodes from second half of season 2 was like episode 18, The Last Dance, and episode 21, which I can't remember, but it's the episode Jenna died and John died. Those were the only good episodes. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been rambling about my disappointments, and I'm going to tell you my own, I get to say the OMG moments, in my opinion. So real quick, if you've not watched season 3 yet, 2 things: why are you watching this video in the first place? And 2, stop right now. I think that's enough time for you to stop watching this video. Okay, so here we go. The first thing was the episode opened with Stefan and Klaus like going to this house looking for someone, and the two women, and the woman told one of the women told Klaus where this guy was, and then he just left them to Stefan to kill, torture, whatever you want. Well, actually, I think Klaus told Stefan. One of them, he said kill her, and the other one torture. So, yay. And then Stefan just attacked one of them, and then, it showed Klaus leaving the house, and you could hear the girl screaming, and I was like, holy crap, that's a strong way to start the episode. But then after that, it started going downhill. Like, after that, it kind of showed Damon and Andy, and I totally forgot all about Andy. Honestly, I was like, oh yeah, wait, you're still with her? Andy's still involved in this? Okay. But okay. But I was like, I don't really care about that at all. No, it held no interest to me whatsoever. And then, Jeremy's working at the grill with um, Matt, which I thought was interesting. I was like, oh, okay, that's new. And apparently, in summer vacation there too. They're not at school. And then, if I remember correctly, I believe Jeremy saw Anna and Vicky 3 times throughout the whole episode. And I think the last time he saw them, Vicky spoke and said, "Help me," or something along those lines. And he told Matt about seeing Vicky, not Anna, but Matt didn't really believe him. He was just saying, "Oh yeah, I miss her too. Sometimes I think I see her, and yeah." So I don't know. I'm really hoping he tells Bonnie about these seeing Ann and Vicky soon, so we can find out why the hell he can see them. Although now that I mentioned Bonnie, I'm quite mad. This episode was supposed to be Elena's big birthday, right? And Bonnie wasn't even there. Like, the only time I saw Bonnie was probably a minute, maybe not even a minute, maybe like 30 seconds, maybe even less than that. She was like on her phone. It was kind of like a camp, yeah, kind of like when her and Jeremy were talking over webcam. Like, she's not even in town. I was like, what the hell? You're supposed to be her best. Why would, like, I got so frustrated with the writers. I'm like, she's supposed to be one of Elena's best friends, and you send her out of town on her birthday. What the hell is that? The only good thing, the one thing that I did like when it did show Bonnie was we finally, because one of the things I think a lot of Bonnie fans are frustrated with is we never hear or see anything that relates to her family. And while she was the very short scene she had, she said she was at like some sort of family reunion or family get together. So at least we know she has family now. So that was better. Then it showed Andy. No wait, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Alaric and Damon went to the house I showed earlier because of the lead they got, and they get in the house and they find the two girls, just sitting like this with like blood dripping down their neck. They're dead, obviously. And Stefan basically telling Alaric, like, Stefan did this. And then I don't remember exactly what Damon did, but he touched one of them and then her head fell off. I was like, oh, wow, that's great. um, and then, Elena had her birthday party and they brought back the necklace, and I actually had forgotten what happened to her necklace. So when that came back, I was like, wait, where did it go? I guess I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember what happened to the necklace, but it came back. But then it showed Andy at like cause at the news station, and it kind of got creepy and eerie, and I was like, okay, yeah, Stefan gonna come and kill her. You're dead. That was pretty obvious to me. And oh, I forgot. I should also mention that they found that Klaus and Stefan found who they're looking for. He was a werewolf named Ray. And apparently Klaus wants to find werewolves and turn them into vampires so he can have more hybrid. So I don't know how I feel about that one. But that creates more drama, which I guess is good. But anyway, back to Andy. She called Damon to come and to the station, and when Damon gets there, he sees Stefan, and it was great. Stefan, when he see, I can't remember who said something first, but Stefan says to Damon, "Hello, brother." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's such a callback to the first episode." I loved it. And then it shows Andy up on, like, I guess the rafters, and I guess Stefan compelled her, to be up there, and she can't move unless he says something, and then he tells Andy she can move, and then she walks off the rafter. Then Damon goes to save her, but Stefan pushes him against a wall, and Andy falls to her death. And then Stefan basically tells, Damon, don't try to save me, don't look for me, leave me alone. And the one thing I did like was, even though Damon was using Andy, I know that, I did like that he just didn't like, you know, just like, oh, okay, she's dead. Well, I don't have to live with her anymore, He genuinely looked upset and very sad that Andy died. And I think that was great. I mean, I know he's in love with Elena. I shouldn't have said it that way. That was rude. Sorry. I know he's in love with Elena. But I did like that they showed that he did have an affection and he did care about Andy. So I like that. But yeah, the confrontation was really good. I liked it. Hold on. I have a little list here. No. Caroline and Tyler had so much sexual tension this episode. And then they kissed, and I was like, yay! And then they had sex, and I was like, yay! And then something else happened that I'm not gonna get to right now. But then, uh, Alaric had been sleeping on the couch because he didn't want to sleep in Elena's parents' room, and he didn't want to sleep in Jenna's room, and I felt so bad for Alaric. I was like, oh, you need a hug. But then, I can't remember exactly what the reasoning was. I can't remember exactly right now. But, he basically told Elena, you're 18. You can handle this yourself. And he left. And I was sad. I was like, oh, poor Alaric. I felt so bad for him. I really do feel bad for him. And then you kind of got like a montage of like sad. Except for the part like after, I think it was after Alaric, it showed like Caroline and Tyler getting it on, and I was like, oh wow, okay. Then went back to the side, it showed like Damon destroying, I think it was Stefan's room or his room, I don't remember his room was, but just destroying it, being so angry. Oh, and I also forgot I forgot to mention this, he basically yelled at Elena and told her, give up, he's gone, Stefan's gone, you can't save him. And then it showed Stefan like walking outside the bar that him and Klaus were out with the werewolf Ray. And he calls Elena, and at first because Elena had her phone on a table and she went into her bathroom first, I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna miss the call. But thankfully she answered in time, but Stefan didn't speak, but Elena, I think she could tell it was Stefan. And, she basically told him, I'm probably going to get the wording the way she said it wrong, but said, I love you, and don't forget that, and it was just so sweet, and it was such a sweet Stelena moment. I was like, oh, my heart. And then the episode ended with the OMG, with the WTF moment, where Caroline, like, it goes back to Caroline and Tyler's asleep in the bed, and Caroline's getting out of the bed, putting her clothes back on, you know, making sure she's out of the house before Tyler wakes up. And she's about to leave, and then Miss Lockwood just appears out of nowhere. And, they kind of have like a quick little chit chat, and then Caroline goes to grab her purse and, like, burns her. And then out of nowhere, Miss Lockwood's got this gun, and she shoots Caroline in the back, I think 3 times with, I think, tranquilizer, maybe filled with vervain, or I just don't know. And that's how the episode ended. I was like, what the hell? Really? That's how you're gonna end it? And it did kind of annoy me. I'm like, I find it interesting that even though Caroline's a vampire, they still, like, make her the victim. Like, they always make something bad happen to Caroline. I'm like, why? I don't understand this. So, after seeing the premiere, I've concluded that the only thing I'm going to care about this season, or what I thought I'd care about this season, which is, why is Jeremy seeing Ann and Vicky, Bonnie, Tyler, and Caroline, and now a little more Caroline, considering Mrs. Lockwood shot her. And actually, that brings me to a quick point. One, how did Miss Lockwood know that Caroline was a vampire? Vampire. Um, and two, why? Like, it just irritates me. It's like, your son's a werewolf. Stop. Leave the vampire alone, okay? Like, I don't think she knows Tyler the werewolf, but still, leave her alone. So yeah, and Stefan. That's the other thing I care about is what's happening with Stefan. I am slightly concerned about this whole hybrid thing, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, this was very long, and I'm sorry about that. But so I don't know. Hopefully the seating gets better. If not, then I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. And also, I watched The Secret Circle, and I really didn't like it all that much. I think the main reason I didn't like it is because I haven't read the books. Because that's one of the reasons I got excited for Vampire Diaries, because I'd read the books first. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it another chance next week. But so that's it. Tell me what you guys thought about the season premiere. Do you agree? Disagree? Leave in the comments. Bye, guys.